Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the weird, wonderful, and sometimes delicious mysteries of everyday life. Today's question comes from one of our chocolate-loving viewers, Coco Michael 92. You asked, why is chocolate considered romantic? Have you ever noticed how chocolate is everywhere on Valentine's Day? Fancy heart-shaped boxes, rich truffles, and those overpriced gourmet bars that make you feel like you should be eating them with classical music playing in the background. But why? How did we get from a bean that grows in tropical rainforests to chocolate being the universal symbol of romance? Well, grab a snack, preferably chocolate, and let's unwrap this mystery right here on Explaining Everything. Chocolate's romantic reputation started long before heart-shaped candy boxes hit the shelves. It all goes back to the Maya and Aztecs, two ancient civilizations that took their chocolate very seriously. They didn't have Hershey bars, but they did have cacao beans, which they ground into a bitter, frothy drink. And guess what? They considered it an aphrodisiac. Yep, chocolate was basically ancient love potion. The Aztec Emperor Montezuma II allegedly drank gallons of cacao every day to boost his energy and impress his many wives. This guy really believed chocolate made him more romantic, let's say. Though drinking gallons of anything is more likely to send you running to the bathroom than into someone's arms. And cacao wasn't just a snack, it was money. People literally used cacao beans as currency. So, if you gave someone chocolate back then, it was basically like gifting them cold, hard cash. Nothing says I love you like legal tender. Fast forward to the 1500s, when Spanish explorers brought chocolate to Europe. But there was one big difference. They added sugar. Suddenly, instead of a bitter drink, chocolate became sweet, smooth, and luxurious. At first, it was only for the elite. Kings, queens, and nobles sipped rich hot chocolate, believing it had magical, romantic powers. Which, to be fair, it kind of does. Have you had molten chocolate cake? Even Casanova, the most famous ladies' man in history, was supposedly obsessed with chocolate. Coincidence? I think not. By the 1800s, chocolate was no longer just for royalty. It became mass-produced. Companies like Cadbury and Nestlé started making chocolate affordable, and suddenly, everyone could give their sweetheart a sweet treat. Here's the real reason chocolate became the symbol of love: marketing. In the late 1800s, Richard Cadbury, yes, that Cadbury, had a genius idea. He started selling chocolates in heart-shaped boxes for Valentine's Day. And because humans love cute packaging, the trend took off. By the 1900s, chocolate had officially become the go-to romantic gift. Then came Russell Stover, Hershey's, and Godiva, who all doubled down on the chocolate equals romance idea. Advertisers convinced us that if you really love someone, you must buy them chocolate. No chocolate, no love, just sadness and regret. Movies and TV shows only made things worse. Think about it. How many romantic comedies have you seen where someone is crying over a box of chocolates after a breakup, or where a fancy date involves expensive chocolate-covered strawberries? It's a full-blown chocolate conspiracy. Okay, but is there any real science behind this? Or have we all just been brainwashed by capitalism? Turns out, chocolate actually has some feel-good chemicals that make us feel more in love, at least temporarily. First, phenylethylamine, PEA. This is the same chemical your brain releases when you're falling in love. So, eating chocolate literally makes you feel giddy, kind of like getting a text from your crush. Second, serotonin and dopamine. These are the chemicals that boost happiness and reduce stress. So, chocolate equals happy. Happy equals romantic. Third, caffeine and theobromine. Chocolate also gives you a little energy boost, which might explain why Montezuma was chugging it like a man on a mission. But let's be real, chocolate doesn't create love. It just enhances it. Nobody ever ate a Snickers bar and suddenly decided to propose. Or if they did, that's a love story I need to hear. Even in 2025, chocolate remains the ultimate romantic gift. And honestly, it makes sense. It's indulgent. Giving someone chocolate is like saying, "Hey, I think you deserve something fancy." It's universal. Almost everyone loves chocolate, except that one friend who claims they don't like sweets, and honestly, they're just built different. Lastly, it's easy. Buying flowers, complicated. Jewelry, expensive. Chocolate, perfectly simple and still impressive. Also, let's not forget, chocolate never disappoints. Have you ever heard someone say, "Ugh, I hate that you got me chocolate"? No, because that has never happened in the history of the world. So, to answer your question, Michael, chocolate is considered romantic because of ancient traditions, European luxury, smart marketing, and a little bit of brain chemistry. Plus, it just works. At the end of the day, whether you're buying chocolate for your Valentine, your best friend, or just for yourself, because self-love, you really can't go wrong. And if you ever forget to buy a gift for a special occasion, just remember, chocolate fixes everything. If you enjoyed today's video and learned something new about chocolate, or if you're now craving some, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.